just enjoy the pleasure aspect. I didn't know, like you and Top Shelf said, that actually it's the knock on the door, it's the anticipation, not the acts themselves.
I was actually, my girlfriend knows all of it. I've told her all the stuff that I used to do, and it's like, literally, I would actually, it becomes a ritual. Like, I would ride around looking for prostitutes, and I would only let them in the car if they approached from the right side. Like, there had to be some kind of an element of what I saw as seduction. But I realized into the ritual, I purposely built all these things that would prevent me from doing it so I could continue the ritual. It was almost like, if my whole thing was to find a hooker, pick her up, and, you know, have sex. You've done it in an hour, or a half hour, whatever it is. But if the ritual is she has to walk up a certain way, there has to be an element of seduction, then you can extend 3-4 hours. Jeez. I would literally, when we were, Opie and Anthony were kicked off the radio in 2003 and 2004, so I was manically depressed, so that's where I did a lot of my whoring, and I would ride around listening to sports radio. I would be done with my sets at the Comedy Cellar at 11 o'clock, and I would literally ride around sometimes till 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. I'd say 70% of the time I would not pick up. Most times I would just go home thinking about the girls I had seen, as opposed to picking up, and, you know, 30% of the time I would actually pick up and pay.
Wow.
It's almost like an OCD that it becomes.
In a way, yeah, but it was all about extending the high. It was all about, you know, it was just about continuing that high. It really was amazing.
I'll tell you what I thought of, Jim, and I don't mean to be insulting, but I thought of Dexter because of the ritual. You're like a sexter. I mean, it's just
in a way.
I mean, sexter. I mean, it really is true.
That's a new show on Showtime.
I know, but
sorry, Jim Norton.
That's what I thought of. It's like, I mean, you know, it is everything leading up to whatever happens, and then and you're right. I guess in a way, it is foreplay. It's done the way you want to do it. It's not just about the act.
No, it's not about. I mean, the act can be really hot. There's times where you just, you know, I have to with this person and let her in the car. But a lot of times it really was not about the act. It was just about being bored. Like, I wasn't even horny. I was just bored. And there's that feeling you get. It's not in your crotch. It's from, like, your neck to the top of your stomach. It's like that feeling in your chest. Like, you know, it's like you wake up on Christmas, you're going to open something. It's the anticipation. It's excitement.
Toppy, you're shaking your head.
Yeah,
totally get
absolutely.
Wow.
Then my question is, then when you get into a relationship, how do you suppress that? How do you get rid of that? Because that's like almost, it's like a high for you. But when in other situations, if you like to drink, if you like to do drugs, you can continue to do that in a relationship. But when you're usually in a relationship, unless you have an open one, you can't continue to reach that high.
So now we come to the world of cheating and how much fun that can be.
That was the downfall I got into.
Absolutely. AshleyMadison.com, which, by the way, let me just say this, Jim, because you probably know AshleyMadison.com. Yes. Michelle Bombshell McGee, when you asked me how she was, she says AshleyMadison.com is a swinging it's a swinging website for open relationships. It's not about cheating. That's one of the other things I hated about her when we talked to her yesterday.
You don't like her mincing words.
The line I agreed with most with Jim is it's not that you're horny, it's that you're bored more than anything else.
Yeah, it's boredom. I watch pornography now. I really don't cheat on this girl, and she's in New York. She would never hear it if I said. I've actually been good with this one because, you know, she's dirty enough for me. So when I'm looking at, she really is a bag of filth. I mean, did I hook a Lulu? But
and by the way, would she take that as a compliment?
Oh, yeah.
Because from you, that's the highest praise you can give a girl.
Yeah, yeah, she knows she's garbage, and I've told her that in a very loving way.
But I mean, and I'm serious. You know, Jim, if you know what you like in life and you go, this is the girl of my dreams, I mean, you know, this is what life's all about. One man's pleasure, another man's pain. Calling her a bag of garbage, that's what you love in a woman.
Yeah.
So much so, it's the only woman you want to be with. That's the ultimate bag of garbage. It must be.
I really is, because my threshold for excitement was so high. What I needed to get me anywhere, to make it interesting, was so high. Because once you, like they say, once you see something, you can't unsee it. So after a while, the prostitution doesn't become enough. So then I start getting legitimate massages and trying to get them to go places they won't go. Because I need that challenge. You need to keep one-upping. You have to keep making it exciting. And then after a while, you just start running out of things to do. So half the times I'm doing, I really am bored. I've literally just watched pornography for hours and said, you're not even horny. It's not even about the end result. It's just because you have nothing else to do. It's a safe place to go.
Very interesting.
Yeah, it's a weird place to do.
It's kind of like why I watch sometimes some mindless television.
Yeah, it's the same thing, really. I mean, you're holding the remote, you're flipping around. I mean, you know, it's very close to the same action at least.
The pants are on. So when you go to the massage, I'm fascinated by the massage thing. When you go into ones that are legitimate and you're trying to make something happen. Did it ever happen?
Oh, many times.
Really?
I'll tell you, I would have them come to me. I would never in a spa.
Okay.
Never in a real legit spa or never in a hotel spa. They won't do it there because they have that's like a career for them. And you're going to feel like a jerk because they're wearing like slacks and like almost like an official like lab coat. And you're like, nobody who does that is going to take care of you at the end. But when they would come to me, there's nothing I love more than a recession because a recession. Now, recession makes girls do what they normally wouldn't do.
Oh, that's cool.
And I've had a few legit ones in my life that were legit, and I was able to get them to do things just by keep throwing money at them, keep throwing. And there was one girl in, let's just say in California, who was not at all a prostitute. She's not a prostitute. She was into fitness and all that stuff. But I got her to massage me, and through the massages, it gets a little bit more. And this is over months.
Okay, so this wasn't the first massage.
No, the first one, she kind of let me do what I had to do and look at her, because she came over in little short shorts.
Oh, so she was. Now she doesn't normally do that, but for a little extra money, she'll let you view her while you're doing what you want to do.
Yes, and I'll say to her, something like, hey, like, she's like, what are you doing? I'm like, look, come on. I'll be really nice about it at the end. I'll be very appreciative. You never say I'll give you more money unless they ask. It's always like, I'll be very appreciate. Because I would rather say, look, how much? But you can't make it that blunt because they're going to go, oh my God, I can't do that. I'm not a hooker.
So you basically would start the over the line process.
Yes.
Right in front of her, and she'll be like, whoa, what's up here? And so how do you tell her this is what's going to happen in an appreciative fashion that she's on board with?
Well, she'll know. Like, a lot of times I'll say, do you do chest and stomach? Like, I would say that, like, do you massage chest and stomach? Because that puts their hands kind of where you need them to be. I
didn't know that. I have to remember that code.
If she's doing stomach, you begin scooching up like a complete creep.
Now, Jim, obviously, look, when I get massage, I don't have any clothes on, but they got a sheet. So do you have a sheet on as well? How's that work?
Yes, some no. It's harder with the sheet because the way they tuck you like you're the mummy. It's so. It's like, what are you doing? You're wasting an hour here. I was born with a tension release valve. It's not in my shoulders, idiot. So you lay there, and when they tuck the sheet, they tuck the sheet under your leg, under your thigh very thoroughly so that there's no crotch action. And legit masseuses won't go near it.
Right.
And you know when you're in for a legit one. A lot of times you just got to relax and enjoy the massage because you're not getting anywhere. But there's little things, like if the arm brushes over the top of the towel, there's little signals. Or when you're on your stomach, if the hand goes to the back and they just brush against your ass a little bit.
Oh, really?
She could, yeah. Oh. Or against the bat wing, if she brushes the bat wing.
The bat wing.
You know what she's telling you.
Time to go to Gotham City.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've had so many massages over the years, Jim, and you're right. Some are willing to. Some won't even go near your backside. They'll do it on the sheet. Others will just go, hey, I'll go right for full-blown backside. And you're telling me that I had a shot that if those massage therapists might go a little further.
Some will, yeah.
Oh, especially if it's in my place.
But the way you say it, is, do you do glutes? I like to have my glutes done a lot because I was on the elliptical machine and I get really, my legs. You have to make it in a way that's okay for her, too. Because you don't ever want to show her the ugliness of what it is you're about to do. Hi, I'd like you to prostitute yourself. Okie dokie.
That's awesome.
You have to paint it differently.
Oh, that is fantastic. Jim Norton at the Showbox at the Market. 2 shows tonight. One is an all-ages show. That doesn't mean you're not getting the full-blown show. It just means some people can't drink, some people can, but all of you get the same Jim Norton. And that's for both shows, the same Jim Norton. It's going to be an amazing show. Tickets on sale right now at Ticketmaster locations, Ticketmaster.com. You can also buy them at the door if you're going to walk up and you're by the Showbox at the Market. You go, hey, we got to go see this, and you're right there. We're going to be there tonight, too. Double R opening up. So make sure you're there tonight for Jim Norton at the Showbox at the Market. And we're also going to do Listeners on the Loose with Jim next on The Rock.
BJ Shea, champion for the common man. The BJ Shea Morning Experience.
A little spacey for me, apparently, is how everybody else operates.
With Top Shelf.
Hey, I need some help over
course. The Rev.
I'm going over stuff that I'm supposed to read later on. Why do you even care?
Steve the producer.
He was getting stoned just to ignore her.
And Double R.
It's nasty. It's like when you get a big old wet ball in your mouth.
The BJ Shea Morning Experience on The Rock. 99.9 KISW.
0.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. It's the BJ Shea Morning Experience. Greetings, fellow H-holes. I am, said BJ. All right. Our loud local band of the week is Custom. You can check them out at KISW.com. Just go to the BJ page. On the gray menu bar, you'll see L&L Band. And you can find out where these guys are playing, find out how you can get their music. Every Friday, we always do that. We feature the bumper music of somebody local and Custom. That's good stuff right there. Go listen, Toppy. Our loud and local band of the week, Custom. More info, you can get them